I'm doing a budget, building on a budget list for the 60card.com website, and as a shout out to Nick, who does the for the noob stuff on our channel and our website. So here we go. So this is a tokens list which I've played a lot in the past. This is a 4.0 daily event winning deck that's come up from August 15th. And let's go over the mana base: 4 Isolated Chapel, 14 Plains, 4 Swamp, and 2 Vault of the Archangel. It's pretty standard. You have way more white cards than black cards, as you can tell. Almost the whole deck is white, but you're playing the black for the removal suite and some of the sideboard cards. You also really want to activate your Vault of the Archangel. It swings races in your favor. It makes larger creatures blocked by smaller ones. It makes good trades. Okay, let's talk about the creatures in the deck. There are 11. First, you have 4 Doom Travelers. This guy's good on the ground, but you really want him for his token ability, where he makes a flyer that with an Anthem effect will trade with a Delver. Then you have 3 Miriam Crusaders, who the double strike is pretty good, especially when you get like Honor the Pure out and he becomes a 3/3 double striker. But I think most important, he's really good against zombies because he's got the protection from black, and he's good against the infect decks. He is good against the red-green aggro decks. He just kills Strangleroot Geist all day long. He blocks and trades with Huntmaster and doesn't die because he's got double strike, and he's really good against the majority of green decks. And then finally, your big creature in the deck is your Hero of Bladehold, who pretty much wins games if you have an Anthem effect out. When you put your tokens into play, you put 2 1/1 tokens onto the battlefield. This is the most expensive card in the deck. The reason being it sees play in Delver now. Okay, then let's talk about our removal spells. We have 1 Go for the Throat in the main deck and 2 Dismembers, which basically aren't even black. The Go for the Throat takes out big threats that are hard for you to deal with. It's also early removal. Then your Dismember takes out also things like a turn 1 Delver, which you're going to be hard pressed to race, and things of that nature. Okay, then you have your token generation and your Anthem effects. I'll talk about the Anthem effects first. You have 4 Intangible Virtue, which is really the bee's knees in the deck. It gives your creatures that are tokens 1/1/1/1 and Vigilance. And then you have Honor the Pure, which makes all your creatures in your deck really good, outside of your Shrine of Loyal Legion tokens, which are colorless. Okay, and then finally you have your token generating spells. You have 4 Gather the Townfolk, which make 2 1/1 white humans. Sometimes it is relevant where they make 5 1/1s. Then you have 4 Lingering Souls, which make 2 1/1 flying spirits with flashback, and you have Midnight Haunting, which is also very good at making pre-combat and mid-combat 1/1 spirit tokens. Then let's talk about our sideboard. We have a lot of different removal spells here. We have 3 Celestial Purge to mainly deal with things like Curse of Death's Hold, but mostly exclusively for the zombies matchup. They are really annoying to play against the zombie creatures because they have really good creatures and you're not playing any graveyard hate, so just removing a Gravecrawler or a Messenger is really powerful. Oh, I'm sorry, then I forgot about the 2 main deck Oblivion Rings in the main deck, because they are your answer to things like planeswalkers, artifacts, enchantments, things that are problematic for you to answer. Then you have 2 more in the board, so you can bring in up to 4 Oblivion Rings. Then you have a catch-all Divine Offering, which is really good against swords and other artifacts that are problematic for you. You have 2 Revoke Existence, which, although sorcery speed, are really good at getting enchantments as well, and you can't just be cold to artifacts and not be able to handle enchantments. Then you have 1 of Stony Silence to deal with pikes, and swords and things of that nature, mostly equipping artifacts. Then you have 2 Doom Blades, which take out more larger creatures. Of course, non-black creatures, you wouldn't bring them in against zombies. You have a second Go for the Throat. And finally, you have, against control, 3 Shrine of Loyal Legions. These are really sweet. They net you a lot of tokens if you just sit there, play white spells, and then they sweep your board, and end step you make a ton of tokens with Intangible Virtue. They're really sweet. Alright, so this has been the MTG Noob. I will be bringing you some games shortly with the deck. We'll see how it battles the top tier decks, and please visit themtgnoob.com. And thanks again for the opportunity to do this.